Hey guys, Will here, and with our friend Lincoln.
Hey guys, um, I just have to preface this episode. William is in a really bad place. We almost had to cancel this whole thing just because, like
It's very
if you
emotional.
are listening, just reach out in the comments because William's going through a lot right now. William, I don't know if you'd like to share what's going on in your life, but if
You
you're
know,
willing to,
yeah, I will. I've had a lot of hard times in my life. But this is gonna be the worst thing that's ever happened to me. The man, the myth, the legend, Tom Brady, god of throwing footballs, is retired from the NFL officially yesterday, February
yep,
1st.
as of recording this video or like when we're recording it, so
Yep.
just reach out to William. Maybe if you're as distraught about it as William is, say, I feel you. Like I'm going through the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, he should have
just
waited like 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 a month till April 1st, and then it would have been a joke. What?
anyways,
No response.
yes,
uh,
I know what you're trying to say.
yeah, yeah. Well, other
Anyways,
thing, real quick. Um, Today's Groundhog Day.
oh, is it
Actually,
really?
yeah. He saw a
What's the?
shadow and he ran. So 6 more weeks of winter, according to
That
Phil.
sucks. That really does suck. His
Yeah,
name's Phil.
yeah. It's like Punxsutawney Phil or something. It's some weird thing. But
Pokes a tummy. Is that what you said? It is something weird like that.
it's something weird.
Um,
I don't know how to say it right though. I just know it's Phil at the end.
yeah. So again, if William's not himself today, I apologize. It's just he's going through a hard time right now.
The whole
Anyways,
world is going through a hard time
yeah,
right now.
forget COVID. This is probably the biggest thing that's happened within the last 10 years of my life. This is going to change everything.
Well, it's the NFL will never be the same. Okay,
Yeah.
but anywho, we're going to be talking about a couple things today. Batman. We haven't really
Yes.
talked about it in a
It's
while.
the Batman.
Sorry, the only Batman, the only Batman. But then we're going to be doing finally our Daredevil versus Iron Fist
Iron Fist. Yes.
discussion slash debate. Um, and then
Yeah.
we're going to be touching on what was it called? Galaxy Cruiser or something?
Uh, Star Galactic Star Cruiser or something.
Galactic
Galactic.
Star Cruiser. All right.
Yes. Just because we heard some controversy about it. I mean, this has been a whole mess, to be honest, but we just wanted to give our thoughts and opinions on it. Maybe, you know,
I'm
we
not
like
as
kind of,
well knowledgeable about the
nor am
cruiser
I.
situation,
So,
but we're just
because
gonna,
I never planned on doing it.
yeah, yeah,
Because I don't have $5,000 sitting around, and I don't think a lot of people do.
yeah, yeah. I don't think the average person has that money to just go spend
But
a few days there.
but we can definitely talk about it.
Yep.
Um, so I have a trivia question.
Throw it. Give it to me.
So, can you name every actor who's played Batman in a movie?
Okay.
The reason I
Um.
preface movie is because I think there was a 70s TV show actor. And also, there's the not
Well,
including the
okay.
animated movies.
I don't know about all the animated, but
Not including.
not including. Well, I mean, I'll touch on Adam West. He's the first one. because he did actually have like a movie as Batman. Let's see here. Michael Keaton.
Okay.
Um, Val Kilmer.
Yes.
I think I might have just skipped over one dude, but George Clooney, I think was it for 2 movies.
Yes.
What's his
You
name?
have 3 more.
3 more. Okay.
Oh, wait.
We had
Yes, 3 more.
okay. What is his name? The Dark Knight one. Christian Bale.
Yes.
Him. Um, live action. Uh, the one in the most recent one. Oh, what's his name? What is his name? Ben Affleck.
Yes.
And see, I think this is the one I skipped over. Um,
Well, it's kind of cheating because it hasn't come out yet, but
oh, okay. So I didn't skip over one. Well,
no.
it's gonna be, um, gosh, what is his name? Vampire guy.
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. Yeah.
Yes, that is. Yes, we have. Sorry. Christian Bale, George Clooney, Val Kilmer, Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, Adam West, because you mentioned him, and Robert Pattinson. I think I listed all of them as well.
So
Okay.
those are all the Batman actors.
Yes. I might have missed one because I feel like I'm missing one too because there's 4 Batman movies, right?
Well, Michael Keaton did the
2.
Batman, and then Batman with like Black Cat, not Black Cat, Catwoman, and Penguin. George Clooney did 1 or 2. He
Someone did
did,
2, maybe that's where I'm messing up.
yeah, because I think George Clooney did the one
He
with,
did the one with Mr. Freeze, Batman and Robin, and then he also did like a Batman movie, I think.
yeah, and then you had the Val Kilmer one, and Ben Affleck, Robert Pattinson's gonna be it. Christian Bale. I don't. It feels like one's missing for some
It
reason,
really does, but
but
I'm
I don't
looking
think there
at
is one
them.
missing.
Huh. Okay, well, I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we're just going to be talking about our expectations of the movie and what we think the movie's going to be. Because we've touched on it briefly, right? But I don't think we've really gone in depth on into it.
Well, it's gonna be coming out next month, and the last time we talked about was probably a month ago. I want to say.
Yeah, and I feel like, some new stuff has come out. So,
Well,
I think a new trailer just dropped or whatever. Did you see it?
I did not really know that a trailer dropped. Let me go on YouTube. The Batman.
I just, the movie's looking
Oh yeah.
better, I think,
Well, they
because I remember last time we talked about it pretty negatively because we're like, that new trailer looked it got me less hyped for the movie than I originally was.
yeah.
So I think this new trailer did a good job and made me more hype again. Do you want to watch it or
Is it the funerals scene?
I can't remember.
Because well, I'm looking at the trailers right now. There was the one that was a month ago that I think we uh I don't know if we actually talked about it though. But then
Maybe
there's
that was
one.
it then.
Well, then there's one from. There's a scene that they're giving out that they released 2 days ago
I guess
called
we can watch the scene.
yeah.
Mr. Wayne.
So let's go for that.
Alright.
You know,
You know what?
I was just thinking, I'll give my opinions on what it's going to be afterwards.
All right. So this is funeral scene.
Mr. Wayne, you know, you really could be doing more for this city. Your family has a history of philanthropy, but as far as I can tell, you're not doing anything. If I'm elected, I want to change that.
So is that girl trying to be Commissioner Gordon?
I'm gonna
Maybe,
go pay
not
my
Commissioner
respects.
Gordon.
Will you wait for me? And we'll continue this.
Might be Barbara Gordon's. No.
Well, Commissioner Gordon is black in this one,
I'm sorry.
so that could be his daughter. Could be
Could
Barbara.
be Barbara Gordon.
Excuse me, Chief. Can I talk to you? Gil Coulson is missing.
What?
He hasn't been heard from since last night.
Christ, not again. Hey, Mr. Wayne.
Hey, Mr.
You got
Wayne.
people looking for him, Jim?
Sent a couple guys to his house. Nothing.
What does his wife say?
She hadn't heard from him.
Like, hey, why is Bruce Wayne just standing there listening to our conversation?
I mean, this guy's probably like a celebrity, you know, because everybody's like, oh my gosh, the Waynes were so amazing, and like, he seems
Yeah.
very loose. So
So I'm sure that kid's family.
yeah, that's what it seems. This is part in the trailer where it's like, you know, please don't lie.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not, maybe that's earlier. But he has the phone or whatever, and it's like,
Yeah,
try
it's
to
like-
call.
Maybe an audio.
Show your hands!
Garrett probably steps up with like an audio thing on him.
Get him up! Get out! Show him!
Christ, it's Coulson.
There's a bomb around the set!
Didn't know Riddler was soft.
Let's clear this place out now!
This is actually kind of, you know,
The Batman, rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX. Only in theaters.
I feel like it's gonna be a really good movie.
I
You know,
liked the trailer. Not trailer, the scene.
it's gonna be weird with Robert Pattinson because ultimately we're gonna have to remember this movie as like an origin story, sort of, kind of. It's like a year one Batman, right, or year two or something.
Yeah, it's like year 2 Batman kind
One,
of.
one thing I saw in a trailer I was watching is the Riddler actually knew Bruce Wayne was Batman.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that, but
Well, it feels as if the Riddler is a lot smarter than this Batman. Like this
yeah,
Batman.
but also at the same time, I don't know if it's just him being young or if it's him being dumb.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool to see like a really smart Batman, but it definitely feels more realistic from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
You know, because you had what's his name as Joker. Um, Gosh, why can't I think of his name? The guy.
Joaquin.
No, the Shining guy.
Oh, Jack Nicholson.
Yes, like that was just like an over the top performance. I loved it, but that was over the top, and I also feel like The Dark Knight was the Joker was over the top as well. This feels really grounded in real life, which is kind of interesting. That's a huge critique I have for comic book like movies and stuff. But I think if done properly, it can be done very well, especially with a character like Batman.
Yeah, I mean, I think Batman in general is supposed to be more grounded as a superhero because he doesn't have any
Yeah,
powers. Though his whole thing is regular guy faces people with superpowers and wins through being smart. You know?
yeah. I don't think it's gonna be the Batman we know and love, like the one that's like has a contingency plan for everything.
I definitely
But I
think
think,
he's gonna be flawed, like really flawed, like character wise.
yeah, I would agree. And I don't know really how I feel about the whole Catwoman side plot. I never really, um, honestly, like this is a really weird thing. I'm okay with their romance, but I don't like that it's in the beginning of his journey, if that makes sense.
I mean, the Black Cat, not Black Cat. Why do I always keep saying Black Cat?
Catwoman.
Catwoman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel
Um,
like Catwoman. I mean, in the year one, um, animated movie. I don't remember if it happens in the
yeah,
comic
she does
year
have a
one.
big part. It's just I just don't think it's.
You'd prefer if it was later.
I would personally. That's just my opinion, though. Just because I feel like it could be a potential interest, it just doesn't need to be as involved. Because I ultimately feel like at the end of the day, Bruce needs is compelled by his motivation to stop people, not compelled by love to do anything, really. He's just solely focused on making the city better.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting.
I
So
mean, I think kind of like what you said though. It's gonna be a good movie.
I think this is going to be um a a really successful. Maybe I won't say it that way. It's hard to tell with movies nowadays. Um, I think this is going to be a very well received movie.
Mm.
So I don't think it's going to be anything like Spider-Man. I could see it being like the Joker but better. I personally don't really. I haven't seen the Joker. I know a lot of people say it's really good, but I don't really want to watch it because I don't think it's really true to the Joker.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel kind of weird. But I think it could be on that level, if not more successful than that.
Mhm.
What do you think about that?
So the Joker movie, I have seen it. I was very, what's it called, reluctant to actually see it when I saw it. I would say it's a good movie, but I think kind of like what you said, it's not really true to like Joker. It's it's kind of like like they went with Maleficent and was like, oh, here's the story you didn't know. Maleficent is good. Um,
Very
but
true.
the Joker is just like bad. Like he's mentally not all the way there. and they show that through the movie, which they do it really well. And he just kind of goes crazy. That's
Well, do you
basically
remember like the hype around that movie when it came out? Like a bunch of people were like, "Oh my gosh, this is such an amazing movie."
yeah.
Blah blah
I
blah.
wouldn't say though. I think this movie's gonna be better too. I think so
Yeah,
too.
I'm just trying to compare it to something more comparable because I'm trying to think like what is a good comparison for this movie, and I think the Joker is a little bit more niche, but I think it's a good comparison for this movie because it's darker tone, um,
Who
more
knows? That Joker
realistic based.
might be for this Batman. You don't even know. You know?
Maybe so. Yeah, we don't know, but I'm glad they're going with the Riddler. Very underused character in my opinion.
Yeah.
Doesn't get a lot of love. I always am of the opinion that the Riddler would be a perfect villain for Tim Drake. So I really hope Tim Drake, if there is a Robin, it is Tim Drake. Because I feel like that'd be very...
They could set up a Robin, but I don't think it's gonna be. Anyway, like I think we've had this.
I don't think it will be in
discussion
this
before.
movie either. I think, all I'm saying, if they do set up a Robin, I think it should be Tim Drake.
Well, there was a kid with no parents in that scene we saw.
Very true,
Robin.
That's a tough one, because, I think about the
I've never
origins
seen a
of the
Robin
Robins.
without black hair, so it's a little. Well, besides Stephanie Brown.
Yeah, or I think Cassandra Cain has black hair as well. Maybe she has brown hair. I can't remember.
I mean, she was never a Robin. No, I don't think.
I think she was. Was she not?
No, she was. She's always been
back.
Batwoman.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Anyways, so getting into this conversation, this is actually a very interesting conversation because, it definitely feels like he relates to this character. He saved this character. It could be Dick Grayson. It could be Dick Grayson. Or it could be Tim Drake.
I mean, the situations of those two characters, it's very different. So, like, if this kid does not look like a gymnast, so probably not Dick or Jason.
Well, also, Jason, wasn't his family a gymnast too? Like, they rewrote his origin or whatever, or not
Well,
Jason, Tim.
He was originally just basically like a carbon copy of Dick, but with a different backstory. With like basically he just lived on the streets and stuff.
Yeah, and I thought they made his origin like more like Dick Grayson's later. I could be wrong though.
I don't remember, but Tim Drake has always like figured out. Like he never, like he wasn't saved by Batman. He just figured it out. So I don't think this is Tim
he's an
either.
interesting Robin because he figured it out, but he could also put together the clues that Robert Pattinson is Batman, or Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Maybe. I think
We'll definitely have to see.
Yeah,
but this is a very interesting conversation. You don't see a lot of movies in movie theaters. I don't know if this is coming out on HBO Max as well. Do you know?
I don't know, but I did. The past movies I've seen in the movie theater has just been Spider-Man, basically. That's because you had to. No, let me look that up. Is going to be.
It's exclusive to theaters.
So it says the Batman
on HBO Max, April 19th.
Yeah, so it says the Batman will be available streaming on HBO Max, but not until 45 days after.
Mm. Do you think you're gonna wait on this movie, or are you gonna wait to hear like my opinion and other people's opinion before seeing it? Possibly.
I'll probably see it during spring break,
Good
which
point.
is like a week after the movie drops, I think.
Yeah.
Or I'll go out of my way to go see it. I'm seeing this movie within March for sure, at least.
Okay. Because I know you were super excited to see it, so I just wanted to
Yeah.
see if you still had the same opinion.
I mean,
You
even
know,
if
I'm gonna
it's a
give
train wreck, I'm gonna go see it. Yeah, probably.
for sure. I just think it's like, any Batman movie that comes out is pretty iconic. Like the same with like Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
But I know they're kind of comparable, but not really. I'm just throwing stuff out there. So what do you think? Give an early review on it. What are you expecting? What do you like? 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. 1 out of 10. What
Eight.
do you think it's gonna be?
I think it's gonna be an 8.
Why's that?
I have decent expectations for it. It seems like it's definitely gonna be above a 7, but I can't, unless I like get just absolutely amazed from this movie, I don't see it getting higher than an 8.
I would have to agree with you as well. I feel like it's gonna be a good movie, but I haven't seen signs of an amazing movie, which we could be shocked, we could be disappointed.
Yeah.
I just feel like 8 is a pretty standard guess. So
You say, and I'm not giving a unique
no,
response.
no, that's not what I'm saying at all. I feel like that's a good response
Oh, okay. I see.
because that's what I was going to give it as well. Only because I was going to give it that makes it a good response. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you agree with something, that means it's good, right?
Yeah, because if I was going to say a 7 and you said an 8, I would have told you were completely wrong.
Yeah. Kind of like how I say Daredevil would beat Iron Fist, and you're wrong. It's kind of like that.
Well, interesting you bring that up, William, because we're going to transition to that. But
Oh,
before
I
we do,
see.
comment down below. You know, after you say, "I'm sorry, William," say, what your expectations are for this movie. Do you think that little boy is Tim Drake? Because I think there's quite a big possibility. Maybe not. Never mind. Let me not say that. There is a possibility that could be, but I don't think it's quite a big one.
It could just be like a sad kid that we're just off the mark about it. Maybe
Yeah, it could just be symbolic.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get into the fight.
Well, I will say this. I already have a notch up because Daredevil beat Iron Fist in a fight already. So
That's not what counts. I'm gonna read their
on the
powers.
Netflix show. Okay. And if we need to,
Okay.
we can rewatch that scene as well. So
So if you don't know about, do you want to kind of? I guess we can go over Daredevil first.
all right. So
So
I guess
let me go down. You want to read his powers and abilities and
well,
kind
if
of
you
be
have
on
it
his
if you have it pulled up on a list, that
for sure.
yeah, if you have it there, just read it off.
But we got to talk about personality as well.
For sure.
So he actually, if you do not know, Daredevil kind of is a little bit enhanced
With his, I
because
would say, senses and
yes, because
sorry, there's no end.
the thing that blinded him actually kind of enhanced him as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just putting that out there. So he has a superhuman sensory system, superhuman touch, peak human strength, peak human speed, superhuman reflexes. superhuman agility, enhanced stamina, enhanced endurance, superhero. This one's kind of funny. Superhuman smell,
Yeah, man.
enhanced tracking.
Yeah.
This is kind of interesting.
You know, when you can
Ranging
smell
from
someone, you
sense.
can definitely track them.
Yeah, that's
And when
kind
you
of really
hear
cool.
their footsteps like a mile away, you can track them.
This is kind of funny. Illusion awareness.
Well, yeah, because it can't be tricked.
Yeah, because you can't see them.
Mysterio would just like be the worst against Daredevil. Where was Daredevil and Spider-Man No Way Home?
I know that would have been the perfect time.
Or Far From Home? I mean, or whichever one
A
Mysterio
lot
was.
of kind of offensive. Blind sight. He can navigate in the dark.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Superhuman hearing, lie detection.
Yeah.
And this is kind of interesting just by like, hearing, smelling, he can tell someone's lying. Sonar sense. So it's like bat, superhuman taste, superhuman balance, telepathy.
I didn't know about the telepathy bit. Okay.
Well, it makes sense because, he was trained by gosh, what's that
Dick.
guy's name? Yeah, so it says like, because of his training, he has minor telepathic abilities. Telepathic immunity. So he's also trained to resist. Radar sense.
Isn't radar sense the same as sonar?
I don't know. We'll have to see the difference real quick. Sonar very much like his radar sense, Matt can emit sonar waves that actually echoes bounce off objects. So let's see. Radar sense, a form of echolocation via yes.
They're the same thing. Okay.
Pretty much. Proximity sense. An offshoot of radar sense. This ability is a combination of all other senses.
He can tell like
so
basically this person's about this much away. I'm assuming.
Yeah, and also he can reconstruct his surroundings.
Yeah.
Person identification.
Yeah.
He can. So this is very interesting. I keep seeing this pop up. He can hear their heartbeats.
Yeah, to tell if they're lying and stuff.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Well, he could pretty much, while he's in a fight, analyze his opponent's body and see like where there are weaknesses or if their heart's about to give out or something, Or it's like,
and on the
oh,
scale,
I hear your liver working really hard,
yeah.
or your leg is very strained, so I'll punch that.
So that's actually kind of interesting. I didn't know that. Intelligence is a 3. Strength is a 3. Speed 2. Durability 2. Energy projection for some reason is a 4. And fighting skills is a 5.
What is this on?
This is on the Marvel Wiki.
Oh, if they put Iron Fist, that's so much better. I'm gonna cry.
So, going down the list of abilities, it says former powers now. The man without fear. Of course, he's been afraid, but he's fearless.
Yeah, he's the Daredevil.
Okay. This is definitely one. This isn't the one that made me laugh, though. Master Attorney.
Oh yeah, he's a master attorney.
This one is a major plus. Devout Catholic.
Very much a major plus. When you have God on your side, nothing can defeat you. There you go.
Peak physical conditioning. Expert interrogator. Gifted intellect.
Yeah, he's smart. He's a tactician.
Indomitable will, which that is actually very important in comics.
That's like the peak necessity for a hero.
Because
indomitable will. You gotta have that.
Indomitable will. Will is like a really big thing within comics. Like, if you have the will to do something. Huh?
He'd be a good Green Lantern.
Yeah, or, Superman is a character I think of when it comes to will, because he just overcomes whatever obstacle. So I'm just going to go through these a little bit. Master acrobat, proficiency, weapons proficiency, expert marksman, master stick fighter, masters in martial arts. This is kind of important. Self-taught boxer, both due to watching his father compete and helping him train for his fights.
Yeah, remember when like his
Ninja
dad
arts.
died?
He's been trained in ninja arts by Stick.
Yeah, ninjas.
A senior grandmaster and leader of the Order of the Chast.
The chase.
The Chase. Yes, you're right. Nick Fury, former director of S.H.I.E.L.D., commented that there are only a handful of individuals that know what. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought it was going to say something about fighting. It didn't.
Well, what did it say? I'm curious now.
Even know about the organization. So he's also trained in stealth, vanishing, and chi control a little bit, which is kind of interesting.
Well, the chase, I believe, is associated with Iron Fist, at least in the show. It is.
He can paralyze limbs or
He's a chi
through pressure points.
blocker from
Yeah.
Avatar. He's Ty Lee.
His skills have proven so exceptional that he has even been able to defeat and stalemate some of the greatest fighters on Earth. He is easily one of the greatest martial artists in the Marvel Universe. He is at least a 10th degree black belt in ninjutsu.
That's not
So it's going through people he's fought. Black Panther, Taskmaster, Iron Fist, Karnak, Captain America, Sabretooth, Winter Soldier, Deadpool, Wolverine. To standstills.
So he's fought all those people to stand still.
Yes.
Fighting Taskmaster to a standstill is pretty impressive, actually.
That is very impressive. So his weaknesses are blindness.
No, really. The blind. Daredevil's blind? No way.
Sense disruption. Immersion in water. Well, that's kind of interesting.
Put him in water, he's basically screwed. He doesn't. I mean, he probably could use his sonar thing, but he's gonna be so like out of his element.
Yeah, and also like depending if you just threw him in the middle of the ocean, like that'd be tough.
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't know where to swim to because the shores are always rocking, and But
and then
also
a weakness for some reason is because he's not a superhuman. I don't know.
Well, not being a superhuman is very much a weakness in Marvel.
And then we'll talk about his billy club, which is his primary weapon. Can fire projectiles. Can fire a grappling hook thing.
Yep.
Has retractable blades. So this is interesting, William. It says Daredevil's power or like fighting skills is a 5. Let's go over to Iron Fist.
You bet it's
Intelligence 3, Strength 2, Speed 2, Durability 3, Energy's Projection 3, and Fighting Skills 6.
But guess what? Daredevil has higher energy projection, whatever that means.
I don't know how that even works.
I don't know what that means. What energy
You think
does he project?
A guy who can like literally channel chi in his body from like a dragon would have higher energy projection.
That's what I would assume too, but for some reason, does it explain why? What is energy projection?
It does not explain why. Power grid, energy projection. Single type short range. Ability to discharge energy. I don't know. I think Iron Fist would have that category. Maybe there's something we don't know.
Daredevil, what did you know? Is the Iron Fist? Daredevil is the Iron Fist. Confirmed.
Apparently. So he has chi augmentation, which
Or an Iron Fist? No.
oh no, I'm talking about Iron Fist right now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We're an Iron Fist.
Yeah, so spiritual energy, and he can augment his physical abilities to superhuman level or to the non-superhuman levels. Yeah, it's superhuman.
All
Like
right.
healing himself from wounds and
Yeah.
healing poison within his body. The Iron Fist punch. Basically because he plunged his hand into the heart of a dragon, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. That is what he did.
One second, it's with his fist in this state, Rand can shatter wood and brick, rip through steel, and punch opponents with extraordinary concussive force without sustaining an injury to himself.
So, if you can punch through steel, wouldn't you just kill someone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peak human strength, peak human stamina, all that stuff. Chi reflexes, chi this, chi that, energy absorption. He's absorbed energy and redirected it.
Well, Daredevil.
Okay,
can
this
do that
is an important one, I guess, because Daredevil has like insane senses, chi enhanced senses. He can hear sweat running down the cheek of a person in another room.
Okay.
He is able to sense when a complete stranger is going to strike before they actually do.
All right.
Unusually keen eyesight, but it's unclear if it extends to superhuman level.
Oh,
he can feel
Daredevil
emotions,
there.
empathy. He
Well,
can
obviously,
fuse consciousness with another person, sharing knowledge, emotions, and memories.
Okay.
Dimension travel.
Good for him.
It can create a nexus point between dimensions.
All right.
Abilities. This is a funny one. I'm just going to mention it. Meditation.
Hey, that's yeah, you can just sit there and meditate. Old Daredevil tries to smell where he is.
So, Iron Fist is proficient in many of Earth's martial arts, including, not limited to, a bunch of names I can't state. I know judo.
Nice.
Ninjutsu. I don't know what he is in ninjutsu. Muay Thai, karate, boxing, and even street fight tactics. So this is a really big accomplishment. When blinded by Sabretooth, he was able to still defeat the lethal mutant without using his chi powers. That's a pretty insane feat.
Yeah, I feel like Daredevil could do that because he doesn't already see.
He can. This is kind of crazy. Through drunken style, the spider sense can't sense whether he's going to hit or not. So I guess he can go through
if you were fighting Spider-Man who has like a sixth sense, but like in a match against Daredevil can literally hear where you're punching. So he's not tricked by seeing where you're punching. He can't be misdirected. Remember, illusions don't work on him. So like he'll know where you're gonna punch at.
He also possesses infinite ways to kill a man.
Okay.
Black.
Okay.
such as the black poison touch, which he uses his chi to kill anyone in the close vicinity.
So is this
And
like
he
a
has been on the
match
same
to the
level as
death?
Daredevil or Shang-Chi.
Or is this
His
like
weapons master. Huh?
is this like a battle to the death, or are we talking like
I don't really know, because
if it's a death battle, death, poison, death touch might kill the devil like immediately.
yeah,
But if we're not killing, I still think Daredevil would win.
so I'm gonna take the characters within a circumstance that would probably happen, which is like a confrontation between them. Much like the one we saw on the show. I don't think Danny would use his Iron Fist,
Well, I think the Iron Fist would be the thing that gives him an advantage, because
I
otherwise,
agree.
I think
I
Daredevil
think
just like if he was fighting without his Iron Fist, I think Daredevil would win. When you add the Iron Fist in, it's more of a difficult match.
so. This is my problem right here. I think Danny Rand has better martial arts prowess. The problem is Daredevil has his baton.
Well, yeah, Daredevil is a
And
weapons master.
Yeah, and fighting someone who's really great at martial arts with a weapon is you might be really great at martial arts, but the other person still has a weapon.
And they're almost just as good at martial arts as you are.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem in this fight.
But hey, Iron Fist can see.
Yeah, he'll be able to hear the sweat running down the person's face in the other room. But
Hey,
golly, I didn't even know about half of this stuff for Iron Fist. That's kind of crazy.
he could meditate in the middle of the fight. No, the other powers with the dimensional shifting thing, I did not know he could do that. But
I didn't know that either.
I don't even think that'd be useful to him in a fight, though. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, he wouldn't use that in a fight because,
like, the problem with this fight is, like, I don't think he would try to kill Daredevil, right? So
well,
he'd
Daredevil
probably be
wouldn't try to kill him either.
I know,
you
it's just it's a very could go either way fight, I think.
If it was for sure a killing match, I have a feeling Iron Fist would win. All right.
See, my problem is it said he beat Sabretooth without his powers. And that's just kind of insane.
Really insane. The fact that he did
And
that.
he was also blind at the time, which that itself is a huge feat, but is it
fighting
enough
while you're
to
blind is a huge feat?
Well, no.
That's crazy. Well, I have a guy
beating
named Daredevil.
Sabretooth with just plain martial arts, because I don't know if Daredevil could do that.
I think Daredevil isn't a scrub when it comes to martial fights, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a really tough fight, actually. I didn't think it was going to be this tough. I thought Iron Fist was going to wipe the floor, which I think he would if he was using his chi abilities. But
yeah,
under the circumstance of them actually having a friendly fight kind of thing, I don't know who to give it to.
Well, they fought to a standstill, right? In the comics.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where it belongs to me, honestly. As a standstill.
You think so? But the whole point of this was to see who would win in a fight. I guess we kind of did. We were kind of well, Iron Fist would win.
You would kill. You would kill him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Iron Fist would kill him.
Yeah, if Iron Fist was going all out, it'd definitely be a one-sided fight, I think.
Yeah. But if it was a a sparring match, Daredevil, I think, would win. But
You think so?
So then we'll make it a tie, because if they were actually serious, Daredevil would die. But if they were sparring,
Yeah,
Daredevil would win.
it depends. If Daredevil has his weapon, I'd give it to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think raw fighting abilities, Danny Rand has it.
But I mean, I wouldn't just say it like that. You know, Daredevil
Well, it
does have
depends on the
better
situation as well.
energy projection. So I
Oh,
mean,
very true, very true.
no, but like we said though, Daredevil isn't just like his fighting, like his martial arts is only like one tier below Danny, right?
Yeah,
But then also you include his weapons master ability. The fact that he can also
which
use chi, because he can use chi as well.
yeah, and he can also sense like parts of the body like weaknesses, which I don't think
Yeah.
really Danny has
I mean, he also has
like a
telepathy to
severe
a certain extent,
weakness.
too.
Huh?
He also has telepathy to a certain extent.
Yeah, so
Oh, and Iron Fist has Luke Cage on speed dial.
yes, this is true.
But
But
the
Daredevil would
Daredevil has
too, I'm
Electro.
assuming, even though like the Heroes for Hire was mainly um, you know, Iron
Yeah.
Fist and Power Man. I mean Daredevil does join the Heroes for Hire. Um,
You know what you need to do? This is what you need to do. You need to finish My Hero, then watch Daredevil.
I know, I do need to. It's
There's 3
just
seasons of Daredevil, and you have 1 season left of My Hero. I watched 4 seasons of Cobra Kai, therefore 4. So
okay.
that's the
That
equivalent.
sounds pretty fair. I'll have to when I have time for sure. I
Yeah.
do need to finish My Hero. Getting back to the fight, so this is my final statement on what I think would happen. Deathmatch, Iron Fist. Regular fight, Daredevil. Hand-to-hand combat, I think Iron Fist wins the majority of those, but Daredevil wins quite a few as well. So,
Oh,
I hate to leave it like this, but I'm going to kind of leave it as a stalemate.
so leaving it at a stalemate is kind of weird because we both came in here thinking our guy was gonna win, right?
Yeah,
Um, I mean, what you said makes a lot of sense, but uh, Daredevil's Catholic, so I think
okay.
there's a clear winner.
He watches Passion of the Christ every
He
year, so
watches Passion of the Christ, so
okay.
therefore he should win. You know.
Okay, is that your argument?
Yes, that's my closing argument for the master lawyer. Okay.
And then you also have to bring in intelligence, and I just think, Danny Rand is not dumb, but I think Daredevil would be a better tactician.
Daredevil, I would say, is definitely a better tactician.
It's a pretty good fight. It really is.
I think it
If
evens out, like you said, though.
yeah, especially if Danny isn't using his chi powers.
I mean, it's a straight up. If it was like you said, death match, it's over real quick. Like
yeah,
it's a problem. If he
he'd
was a
block and
villain,
then his arm would just be gone.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's real quick.
or he just used what was that called? The black death touch or something.
Yeah, something like that.
That was pretty funny.
Why would you give a death touch such a long
Black
name?
poison touch.
Black poison death touch.
I'm actually, I thought I knew quite a bit about Iron Fist and Daredevil. Like I know you probably know more about Daredevil than I do. But this makes me want to look into them more because we all know Daredevil's a good character, right? Daredevil's been a good character for a long time. Been an underrated character, I think, but
For
I think
sure.
Iron Fist is definitely an underrated character.
Oh yeah, they both are. They're more B-listers in the grand scheme, is why.
Yeah, that's true. Now who would win, Moon Knight or Iron Fist?
Iron Fist.
I think it depends on the phase of the moon.
I think it depends on black, poison, death, touch.
He just creates a portal and a bunch of Iron Fists pop out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
He could
But
actually, like, as soon as, let's say this, right? Daredevil or Moon Knight goes in for a punch, creates a portal, they step through it by accident, he closes the portal. He wins.
yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
I didn't even have to use black poison touch.
Yeah. Just as the portal.
Yeah,
But yeah.
so
Stalemate.
so anticlimactic leaving at that because we were both hyping up our fighter like, oh no, this and that. But it is a pretty close fight.
Yeah.
I do think the show, however, did a bad job of showing that.
Well, Iron Fist sucks. That's why it was a bad job. But Daredevil was
Yeah.
Daredevil good. Oh, but you know what though? If you're gonna watch Daredevil, you have to watch after you're done with the second season, you have to actually watch Defenders, then the third season.
I watched Iron Fist and I was really disappointed.
Well, watch Daredevil,
And
not
that's
be.
why I think I was turned off those shows. I really do. Because I was like,
Iron
oh my
Fist
gosh,
was
it's Iron Fist. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna have to watch those. Well, comment down below. What do you think? Who would win in a fight, Daredevil or Iron Fist? I mean, obviously not to the death. It's a very tough decision. We just want to hear your opinions on it because we, of course, cannot decide.
Yeah.
And I guess we're gonna go to Galactic Star Cruiser now.
Yes, sir.
So, William,
what is the big controversy involved with it?
So, there's a big controversy going around with Disney right now. Here, give me a second. I gotta drink my water. It was the black poison touch is draining my energy.
I can't believe it.
So, basically, the big controversy with Disney right now is, and I agree with this. Maybe we can talk about this. This can be the whole discussion, rather.
All right.
Disney has been putting out kind of like poor quality stuff and charging a lot for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is just the perfect example, and that's why everybody's getting so upset about it.
Yeah.
Personally, I feel like this is very prevalent with their movies. I don't know if you've watched a lot of their movies recently, because...
Well, I know Eternals was a bust.
Yeah,
Shang-Chi was personally good, but it wasn't, like, amazing. And you like the Spider-Man movie more than I did.
Yes. I also feel like Pixar movies, Toy Story 4 felt lazy. Raya was okay. Raya and the Last Dragon. Luca, I felt was kind of lazy as well. I know a lot of people love that movie. And I really just didn't like him. I didn't like Encanto, if I'm being honest.
I heard a lot of people liked Encanto.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people liked it as well. It just
but
felt
they
like very
hated
poor
the
writing.
mother
It felt
or
like,
something.
yeah, it just felt like very lazy. Like, okay, this is this. Like, this is all the cool things, and there's sort of a conflict, but the conflict is not really a thing. It felt very lazy in writing, and I feel like the script could have been better. Musically, it was a very good movie. Script-wise, it was a very poor movie. You can also see this in the theme parks. California Adventures, I think, has maybe it's not California Adventures, maybe it's just Disneyland. One of those parks has Avengers Complex, and they really don't have anything in it, like no rides, except they have the Guardians ride. Besides that, like nothing really. Just a bunch of shows, and it's very lazy, and people are kind of tired of it, I think. So this is like the culmination of it. But anyways, the controversy around it is, you're paying $5,000 for a 2-night stay, and it really wasn't up to people's standards, I don't think.
Yeah.
It just seemed really cheesy and not very Star Wars like, from what I've heard. Because I remember they put the video up and it had so many dislikes they took it down. So
well, it's definitely like everything is for sure getting overpriced. What's the full name of it again? The actual like
Galactic Star Cruiser.
Galactic. So it's only 2 nights, also, which is
Yeah, which that's so much for 2 nights. And I also saw this thing where like they were planning to, we'll get into like the new trilogy stuff in a little bit, but they were planning on like having, how Harry Potter you've been to Universal, right? Yeah.
I know about Harry Potter, like the
So
place
like
in Universal, but I've never been there.
going to like Hogwarts or whatever, which is the other park,
Yeah.
you take a train, and that's a
Yeah,
really
so there's
immersive
like
experience.
you're in Hogwarts, like I've heard that it's like you're actually there.
Yeah, it's amazing, and I personally, unpopular opinion, think it's better than Galaxy's Edge.
Honestly, just by looking at it, I agree with you. I've never even been there. I agree with you.
Which, that's not to take away from Rise of the Resistance, the amazing ride. Along with the Smuggler's Run, that was a pretty good ride.
Oh, it's a good ride.
But I heard the rumors that like a box truck was transporting guests to the parks, which is kind of like, what the heck? Like a box truck?
Yeah.
Even if you don't see the box truck, I feel like that's just so lazy.
Well, I think
So
they're trying. I just think they're doing it unsuccessfully.
yeah, I agree somewhat, but like it feels like they keep having budget cuts and like just not providing what guests expect, and then the price is just so expensive.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so expensive. I mean, I'm sure the cost adds up for actually building this thing, you know.
Yeah, and then also they're gonna have characters walking around, of course. It's like basically cosplaying the whole time. But
Yeah.
gosh, I think a really big problem as well is making it centering Galaxy's Edge around the new trilogy.
Yeah, we talked about that before when we reviewed Galaxy's Edge. I think both you and I think that it would be better if they did one of the two other eras in Star Wars.
Yes, which I understand at this point, like, Galaxy's Edge is themed around this. So we have to kind of make it align so we can travel there or whatever.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, like, how many people are saying, I want to be in the new trilogy?
No, they're all
Like,
saying I want to be a Jedi or a clone trooper.
exactly. Like, I want to be,
The very
during the Jedi Order, I want to, see what the Empire is doing or whatever. Like, I want Darth Vader to come upon, like, board our ship and inspect or something.
I want Order 66.
Yeah.
The Smuggler's Run. Your Jedi is trying to escape the your
Oh my
Padawans.
gosh.
Your Padawans, who are pretty much Sindrawling, is trying to get you out. He's trying to
That would
smuggle.
actually be amazing. That would
He's
be
trying to
amazing.
smuggle you. So it's still Smuggler's Run. He's trying to smuggle you out of the Jedi Temple, while Anakin's like killing people.
Gosh. That'd actually be kind of cool.
And then you see Sindrawling die. He does.
Gosh, that would be cool. But I think it would be a cool experience for people. But I don't think that's the point at all. I think, this is like it's probably going to be booked.
Oh yeah,
I'm not going to lie.
It's gonna be booked. Yeah, for sure.
Because people just have money, but it does feel like Disney is taking this whole idea too far, like making it so exclusive and so niche, like
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It feels very wrong.
Yeah.
And I think if you do have the money, maybe you should do it. Maybe you will enjoy it, but also at the same time, like,
Well, maybe they took the video down so they could adjust a bunch of things, and maybe
so.
when they are open, people and they record their journeys through it, it'll be a lot better. Who knows?
Let's hope so. I definitely think, like we said about our Galaxy's Edge, this is a once in a lifetime experience. Like, it's hard.
Dude, now I'm not going to be spending $5,000 to go.
Well, yeah, but like, if people are coming from a different country and, this is the only time they ever come to Disney, it's absurd.
I mean, you have to, I'm sure it's going to be booked up way in advance. So you have to, like, make a whole vacation out of it.
Well, for sure. I mean, but people already are, most likely.
Yeah.
So, it just feels really weird.
And is
it
this
really does.
Where is this going to be located?
Disney World. On the Disney World campus. I'm not exactly sure where.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Let me see. Near Hollywood Studios, of course.
Makes sense. I mean, Hollywood Studios is becoming Star Wars land.
For sure.
Yeah, like it was always like the lesser of all the parks down in Florida. But since they added Galaxy's Edge, they've really stepped it up, I would say.
Yeah, which I was a huge fan of Hollywood Studios beforehand, which
Yeah.
I love this ride called the Great Movie Ride that they took out, which they should have took it out, but I miss it. It's really hard for me to see Disney change like this.
You mean embrace capitalism?
Well, it's always been capitalistic, right? But
exactly.
I really feel like Walt, even though he did have flaws,
Nazi.
yeah,
Yeah,
he really did want to make the best experience for people, and I feel like it's not about that anymore.
for certain people. I'm joking, but I mean, Disney has always had the mouse has always been uh taking money from people, you know.
Well, I agree. I just don't feel like it's been as blatant as this.
Well, I feel like in the very beginning it's pretty blatant, but then it got better, and then now it's back to taking money from baby and their parents.
Yeah, and it's just very difficult because this is something I'm struggling with personally is I didn't watch the first Star Wars movie in theaters, right? Of course, right?
Yeah, back in
But I
the
always grew up watching Star Wars. My favorite movie is Return of the Jedi, and Mandalorian did great things for the franchise.
Mhm.
But I feel like it really took away a lot from Star Wars as well. We had that episode that just came out on the Book of Boba, which, I talk to people. I work in a place where I see people all the time, and if they're wearing something Star Wars, I go, "Well, what's your favorite Star Wars movies?" Or what's your favorite Star Wars movie? Or if I've already asked them that, like, what do you think about the Book of Boba? And a lot of responses I've gotten are, "I love the Mandalorian. I just don't like the Book of Boba." Um,
Really?
which
I mean, I like.
don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is the greatest show ever. It's just this has really added a lot of lore to Star Wars, and
Yeah,
it's something I really do appreciate as a Star Wars fan because I love seeing the Tusken Raiders, like,
yeah,
um, and a lot of people are like, I hate that part. It's so dumb or whatever. And there's fair critiques, like Boba Fett doesn't feel as cool as he used to or whatever. That's a
yeah,
fair critique, but you know, people just want the Mandalorian now and just don't really care about
yeah.
what the
Like it's a whole
story is
new.
about.
Like there's a whole new bunch of Star Wars fans just for the Mandalorian.
Yeah, and it feels really weird because like they don't care about Star Wars, they just care about the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I hate to say it that way, but it feels like that way a lot. And
Well, the right now in Star Wars, we're in a Mandalorian phase. That's how it was like, oh yeah, the original trilogy. Now you have prequels and then the sequels. Now it's Mandalorian. That's what we're that's what we're doing.
yeah, which I like Din. Din Djarin's cool, but like he's an overrated character. He should have
For
been dead
sure.
like 2 million times already.
I mean, you remember the meme I sent you?
Yeah, that was a really good meme. It's like or yeah, what was it? It was we'll have to show it up on the screen.
Yeah.
Like aim in the against Han, aim in the original trilogy, aim in the prequel era, and then bad guys against the Mandalorian. Yeah, that was really funny. I don't know. Um, hmm, I don't know. Star Wars lately has just made me feel kind
I
of
put in
strange.
the chat the thing.
And I know like it's an exciting time for Star Wars, but I also feel I don't know, I feel very weird about it.
Well, I think we're gonna be in this TV show era until um, COVID's done, and then we'll get the next Star Wars trilogy. and hopefully it's something good. Maybe Old Republic, which would be really cool. Maybe uh, Golden Golden Age of the Republic or the High Republic. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know either. It's just I don't know. It leaves a
Yeah,
weird taste in my mouth. Like it's okay to be a fan of something. It's just it's hard for me to understand how you're a fan of something and don't appreciate the whole thing.
yeah. It's like um, if you were a fan of just Cobra Kai, not of the Karate Kid movies.
For sure, which I guess the same critique can be thrown at us when we say, well, we don't like the new trilogy, but I feel like that's different as well, just because it's something that was added on. And
Yeah,
I'm all right with people saying they don't like the prequels either, because that was an add-on as well. I love the prequels, but it got us the Clone Wars and stuff like that.
well,
Just
I think
amazing stuff.
the reason why I view the prequels differently in that sense is it added lore and story. The sequels
Yeah,
just destroyed, basically.
yeah, it showed how Anakin was the chosen one and didn't change the chosen one. Like the story did cohesively fit together, even though the acting wasn't perfect, by any
I've
means.
actually gained a respect for Aiden Christensen's
Are you
acting
serious?
in
No,
the
you
third
did
movie.
not just say
In the
that.
third movie. In the third movie. I think
Okay, in the third
Anakin
movie, it is a little bit better.
just like fits perfectly in episode 3. Episode 2, he has a couple of awful lines that just don't even mix well at all with his acting. Sand, it's coarse and it's rough and it gets everywhere. I slaughtered them like animal. Mm,
Um,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just in a
Well,
weird place right now thinking about Star Wars.
this went from a Galactic Star Cruiser discussion to a where will Star Wars be right now? Or
You
the
know,
state of Star Wars.
if you want me to give my opinion on Star Wars, where will it be in a few years? Um,
Down the drain in a trash can. No, I'm just joking. Hopefully
this is hard for
revitalized.
me to say, but I don't think it will be anything in a few years, like 10 years
Maybe
from
not.
now.
Or maybe it'll be revitalized.
Maybe
Only
so,
time
which,
will tell.
it's if we do get High Republic, Old Republic, I could be wrong. It's just I feel like Star Wars will never be what it was.
If they retcon the sequel series, maybe we'll be in the right step.
Maybe so. Gosh, sorry for getting all weird about these movies, but I'm just, it made me feel really weird to you know, talk to people about what they think about the Book of Boba. And they're like, well, I just think it's a terrible show. And I'm like, well, what about the lore it's adding? And they're like, I don't really care about it. And I'm just like, what? What is going on?
They're just, watching it for different reasons. You know, watching it for different reasons.
Yeah. I guess I kind of have to accept it, but also at the same time, it's hard for me to accept.
Yeah, it's
Not that
like
I'm a huge Star Wars fan or anything. I know a little bit about Star Wars. I'd say you're a bigger Star Wars fan than I am. But
yeah,
I
like
appreciate it for what it is and what it was.
Star Wars is kind of like not Endgame, where Marvel is right now.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Story's finished, and you don't really know where to go. They decided to put in the multiverse is the equivalent of the sequel series for Star Wars. Honestly,
All over the place and doesn't make a lot of sense.
yeah, because the most recent Spider-Man movie, multiverse, basically messed that movie up. So like, it had a bunch of nostalgia in it. That's why people say it's good. It had some good scenes for sure, but the story was just kind of all over the place.
Agreed. And that's what you're seeing now. And before we go, I told William this prediction. I think maybe I didn't tell him. So I'm just gonna say it and call it if this happens. I think I haven't seen the episode that came out today, so this would be episode 7 or 6, episode 6.
Comes out the day of this recording.
Yes, as of the day of this recording. I haven't seen this episode, so this can completely change a few things. I think Boba's going to become Mandalore. I think Finnick's going to take
last week.
Yes, I think Finnick's going to take over the guild. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Den is really going to rebuild the Mandalorian people, if that makes sense, like by getting more people in and establishing that relationship with the Jedi.
But then, where were they in the sequel trilogy?
That's the tough part. The sequel trilogy leaves a lot of things. I don't know. J.J. Abrams, for some reason, hated the prequels.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought he was a good director, but he's kind of stupid. And so it leaves a lot of things out. I just hope so hard to fix something like that. I just hope Disney makes better decisions and that the Obi-Wan show is good.
Let's hope. Let us hope.
If the Obi-Wan show's not good, it's really going to upset a lot of people.
Yeah, I can think of a few people it'll upset.
And I can foresee people loving the show and so this is my problem. This is what I think. This is a possibility that could happen. You are distancing the fans that are here, have been here, and bringing in the fans that have not been.
Yeah.
So the Obi-Wan show, we've talked about this. Obi-Wan is not looking like he's going to be the main character.
He's going to share
he's looking like he's going to be a main character, which is fine. I don't care if it's I would say this if it was a main character as well. That shouldn't happen.
Well,
and I think Disney's
named Obi-Wan, so it should be about Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Obi-Wan should be the center, and that's about it because he's in exile, and I could see them really messing up a lot of stuff. But I really hope that show is not a point in contention where it turns fans, original fans, into kind of not fans anymore. And new fans, it just brings them in and does stuff for them because...
Well, that's what they did with the sequel trilogy. All these new people, that's what these movies were for.
Which, I hate to say it, but a lot of the people I meet do not really care for the sequel trilogy. I've only met a few people that are like, "Oh yeah, it's good."
Yeah.
But I just hope Disney sees that they could lose an audience that really care about the franchise.
Yeah.
But sorry, I know this was like a really deep conversation. After this, we had fun with the stalemate in Iron Fist, and I was like, Star Wars is ending, which is sad to think about, but it does feel that way to an extent.
Well, another thing ended yesterday.
Oh no. I'm just making William more depressed.
Gonna have PTSD. Oh no.
Yeah.
But I think we had a interesting / good discussion today. Maybe I let you rant on a little too much, but
maybe so, but that's just how I get sometimes.
well,
I'm depressed, William.
Well, that's not good.
I'm thinking, the Obi-Wan show has got to be it.
It's not. Well, I mean, it's not gonna be it.
No, it's got to be good though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. That doesn't come out for a while, so
Yeah, Disney's just in a weird place. I mean,
Hawkeye was good.
Hiring a Latina actor for Snow White.
Oh, you're talking about the that one recent Cinderella with Camila Cabello.
No. You didn't hear about the Snow White's things?
No, I didn't. What's going on?
So you missed the whole controversy.
I
Disney basically bragged we hired a Latina actress for Snow White to play Snow White. And the one guy from Game of Thrones, he's in a bunch of other movies as well. Was like, okay, so you hired a Latina actress, but you don't think it's offensive that there's dwarfs within the movies?
You mean Tyrion? That guy?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen Game of Thrones, but I'm assuming we're thinking of the same person. He's a huge actor.
Why would he? But the dwarfs aren't dwarfs as in like the derogatory term, as in the fantasy creature. Like
and
what
just a whole messed up thing. So I don't even know if the movie's gonna happen. But
Snow White is also white, so it's a
I don't know. Just a lot of messed up stuff. I've been criticizing Disney for a while, but that feels weird.
If they made a live action Princess and the Frog, I wouldn't cast Tatiana as a white woman.
Did you say Tatiana?
I said Tatiana. Yeah, I did.
Tiana?
Yeah, Tatiana, man. That's what I said.
Gosh. No, I would love a live action Princess and the Frog though.
That would actually be good.
That
would be good.
I think that would be an amazing movie with the music and it's fairly new, but also at the same time I feel like it's one of my favorite Disney princess movies.
It actually is probably one of my favorites too. The villain is really good.
Dr. Facilier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really cool. The music in that movie is just some of the best music we've had in a movie.
Yeah.
So
when's that?
Maybe we can do. Maybe we
Yeah.
could do a Disney princess tier list, William.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
You know, like it seems kind of like a weird topic, but like,
I mean, I think.
why not?
Okay. Next week we will do Disney Princess tier list, and we will also
You know, like based on the
probably
movies and everything.
yeah, and we'll probably also do the review of the Book of Boba Fett because it'll be done.
Oh yes, we will have to do that. That sounds good.
So that's what we're doing next week.
All right, so comment down below. Or let me restart that. Consider liking and subscribing, and comment down below. Of course, condolences for William. Say, I'm sorry, William. I didn't think it would happen like this. I thought he had another 5, maybe a lifetime. And
He could have.
because
It's not because he couldn't play anymore. It's because he didn't want to. Okay.
yeah, so
He's still top of his game. He's still best in the league. Okay, what he was the best in the league till he retired.
I mean that is debatable, but I'm not going to bring that
Okay,
up.
well, you don't even watch football, so I don't want to hear this.
Yeah, so offer your condolences for William because it's a really sad time for him, and also comment something down below. We want to get involved in the discussion with you. Whether it's the Iron Fist discussion or what do you think the future of Star Wars may look like? We'd love to have a conversation about it with you because we like talking about it on here. Anyways, we'll see you next week for the Princess tier list. I already know my number one, and I don't know if it will be William's number one, but maybe it will be.
Tatiana.
Well, Tatiana is not a princess, but
Yeah, I know.
I can't tell you. Got to keep it a secret.
Gotta keep it a secret. And we'll see you guys next time.
See you next time.